Just getting set up a little bit here, guys. Definitely figured out a way to put these fish where they need to be. Put our pleco cave in here. We're going to put the new species in this tank. Get my little bucket. So I added some good bacteria from sponge filters and stuff to the tanks on the tank wall from local pet shop. And it was good stuff, so we got this all set up now. Thanks for the like, much appreciated. So now our next move is to get these bristle noses all loaded in. Let's have this thing follow us. Be a pain in the ass sometimes here. Supposed to work off hand gesture. There we go. Alright, it should follow us all around. So I'm going to take the bristlenose plecos of the new species first out of this tank, and we're going to come over here and we're going to put these in this top tank right over here, and that's going to be the first move that's going to be made. So I need to find my other net. I have a couple of them around here. Did just have one out here. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is, right here. I found it. Set the bucket aside. We do need a little bit of water. So, let's see here. If I can find my jar. It's pause you guys. There we go. So our new species is over here in this tank, and I'm going to take some of the water out. Put it in the bucket here. That. We're going to steal their pieces of driftwood. They got driftwood in here. We're going to transfer that. Put the pleco cave in here. We're going to transfer that over. Just crank out of these tanks really quick, guys. One thing I did not grab is a fish towel, but that's alright. We'll manage without it. Probably just use my shirt like I always do. Alright. Now we have the fun of trying to catch these guys. I'm gonna have to grab my other phone and turn the light on up there. I can't really see where they're at, so just view this big tank for now. Load up the fuel app here. Shed some light in there. Let's bring you guys back. And let's try to catch these guys pretty quick. We got one so far. Put in our bucket. Let's keep catching these guys here. There's 2 and 3. There's number 4. I think there's 7 or 8 of them in here. 6. And there is 8. Here's 7 and 8 right here. Let's trace them up to the front. There's 7. Here's number 8, guys, and I believe that's all of them that I had. 8 of them. So let's do a final sweep check just to make sure that there's nobody else hiding in here. Just move the gravel around a bit. It appears to be all of them. So we're going to use these tanks now from here on out for med tanks and stuff like that. Maybe some fry or, when they have babies. So let's go and move over here now to the wall, and we got them little spot set up with the little pleco cave that we made in the other video. See if I can get you guys a little better of a view here. It's going to follow the crap out of me because that's what it's programmed to do right now. So let's get that stopped for now. Get you guys all set up. Thanks for the likes. Yeah, fish room. Please like and subscribe, you guys. So we're going to put them in this tank here. See, I got the little cave in there for them already. Let's get the lighting on a little better so you guys can see. Let's put it on daylight mode here. There we go. It's way better. And let's get these guys in there. First things first, let's get the cave in. I don't think there was anybody in the cave. Let's see. Possibility. No, I didn't think so. I have 8 of them. That's kind of what I thought I had. I'll put the cave in the corner over here for them. And let's put their driftwood in. Put one piece here. And we'll put another piece. This other one over here on this side. That. Dump these guys in. There, all 8 of them are in. Need to find my other fish towel. So now we have those guys in their tank. Swimming around trying to find their spots to hide and thrive. Put this off of here. Need to find a fish towel. So this tank should allow these guys to thrive and get a little bit bigger and do a lot better. I'm gonna turn that off. Don't need to be followed right now. Keeps coming off of me. And then our next move is we have these longfin longfin commons that are in this tank here. And we need to take them and put them in this lower tank down here. That's where they're going to go. It's all set up and ready for them to go in. That's where the longfin commons are going to go. It's all warmed up and heated up. So let's work on getting these guys out of here and putting them into our bucket. If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. So I'd like to try to get them to go into the jar. It'd be a little easier and a little more humane than trying to net these guys with their long fins. Got one in the jar. Dump most of the water out because we're not going to be able to transfer all the water. And we have one. So I'm going to dump them in and then show you guys. I'm in their new home. Guess we got one in the cave, so we'll just put him in there right now. Makes things easier. The cave down in there with him in it. There's not one in that cave as of yet. Pull the heater up a little bit here. See if we can get another one to go in the jar. There we go. Got another one to go inside the jar. I'd rather do this method any day than net them. I'm not really a big fan of netting a lot of fish. Our other guy here. He's in there, so we're at 3 out of 8. There's got to be someone in this cave here for sure. Not. So maybe I lost a couple here. I don't think I did, but I haven't seen any pieces of them. So that would be quite odd if I can't find them. Maybe I only had 6. Because I have 3 in there now and I see 3 in here, so I guess I only had 6 of these guys. Would have swore I had 8 of them. I'll have to watch some videos of mine and see but I thought I had 8. This is not going to be an easy task getting these last couple guys in here. I might have to net these last couple here. So I can get them to go in the jar, which is going to be fun. There we go. Got another one in the jar. Just gotta play their little games here. Yeah. I thought I had 8 of these, but I'm assuming I only have 6. That's all I'm seeing. So, like I said, I haven't had any deaths or skeletons or nothing like that that I've found from these guys. Come on, bud. The easiest thing to do is just go in the jar. There we are. Okay. They'll be a lot happier and more thriving inside of this 20 gallon than they are inside of a 10-gallon tank. So there we go. There's our last guy. So we can just take this water and put it in there. I counted 6. I swore I had more than that. Guess that's what I had. 6. So that tank's empty now. And they are now down here in the bottom. And that's their new home. I'm going to check one more time and see. I swore I had more than that. need to take their driftwood and put it in there too. So let me grab our driftwood really fast. Driftwood. Nope. Let's see what we have here, guys. One in the cave. One in that cave. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess I had 6 of these guys. I thought I had. I don't know why I thought I had 8 of them. 4. So we have 6. Our long thin commons. Here we possibly have 2 males and 4 females, hopefully. We have 3 males, 3 females, I guess. So them guys are in there now. How's everybody's day going so far? So now, let's see what's next on our list. We need to get our L519s out. We do need one more plug. Put one more heater in the tank. Let's see here, the little baby fry are doing really good in this tank so far. I haven't seen any casualties in here yet. Have been looking and checking. There are green dragon babies. They're just really tiny, so it's really hard to see them. You can see there's a couple in the back corner over there, and there's one in the glass, and there's about 50 of them in there. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Much appreciated. So our next venture is to get trying to think here, you guys. This tank's going to be for, these 3 tanks right here will be for all fry. We have our commons in here. I have 1 male common down here in the bottom because he was being an ass. So we need to kind of get him out of there. And I'd really like to put the L519s down there, I believe. I mean, not 519s, I'm sorry, L267s in that bottom tank. So we have 4 of these 6 tanks with some in there. I guess I will put the guy that's being an ass, because we need him out of there, in a holding tank for now. He's in here just hiding. So I'll put him. He's in there somewhere. Let's see if we can see him. Yep, there he is. My 2 males were fighting, so it wasn't working out. So let's put them, let's put this guy up here in the tank that we just took out. to be held for now. Possibly throw an email in there with them, just settle things up a little bit. Okay, so let's chase our L519s around now a bit. Let's get them out of there. Get you guys closer here so you can see better what's going on. And then I'm just playing move fish around game today. So let's get a net. And our bucket. Let's put some water in our bucket here. Tank. That's good enough. We just need a scoop of water in there. And we are going to need to find another piece of driftwood for sure to put in there, because we need at least one piece of driftwood. So I guess that piece that's in there can go. Let's find these guys really fast. There's one in the back over there. I see his tail fin shaking over here. So we'll get that guy first probably. He's going to be possibly the easiest to get, being on the sponge filter. And he didn't stay on there. Alright, he went back. So let's see if there's anybody in these caves. There's nobody in that one. So we'll take that cave out and put it in the bucket. Nobody in this one either. Take this one out and put it in the bucket. Let's get rid of let's take our piece of driftwood that we're going to give to them. Let's put that in the bucket. And let's work on trying to get these guys out of here. It's going to be a little bit of fun. I'm sure we can get them out. Sometimes there's a guy in here. Doesn't look like he's home though right now. So let's try this again with the sponge filter guy. He's over here. Let's see if we can get him to lift up with the sponge filter to go in a net, and he's not. Alright, I think we got him. We got one. There's our one guy right here. In our bucket. Let's find the other guys. I know there's one over on the other sponge filter. I guess we can go after him next. Hopefully he'll lift up with it. Perfect. It came off, but that's alright. See if we can get him to not go back to it. And he did, of course, because that's what they do. Now he's on the other sponge filter. That can actually get lifted. There's one guy on the bottom of it, so let's see if we can sneak up under him. him in the net. We did. We got 2 of the 4. There's 4 of these guys in here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's check our comments. Dalton. Hello. Yeah, I breed the angels when they breed. $50 something. Let's see. Here's a third one right here. So if we can get him to trickingly go in the net. And we were able to do so. That's good. That's 3. It's going to be rather difficult at times to get these guys out of here, so makes life easier when they cooperate. And we got 1 more left, and he is on this filter in the middle here. Right here. If we can get him to come out. There we go, we got him. That was actually rather easy. So here's our 4th guy right here of the L267s. So now we got them all in the bucket. Let's move forward and locate them to where they need to go. Which is going to be down here in the bottom tank. So let's start by putting their piece of driftwood in. Caves. Here they are. Beautiful specimen of bristlenose. See the 4 stripes. That's what they are known for, is their 4 stripes along the body. Thanks for the legs, guys. So let's dump these guys in here and bring them home. Scoop them in by hand. The other one's following. So there we have it. Put them guys in their new home. Down at the bottom, where they should be able to grow a lot bigger than they already are. They've gotten quite tremendously big in a 10-gallon tank, so they should be able to get a lot larger down here. So they're just going to swim around and figure it out for a little while. Get used to their new tank. So now we've got the 40-gallon breeder freed up, and I think we're going to change out and put, what do we want to put in there? Let's see. That'll allow us to free up the tank in the other room for the albino bristlenoses. So let's go have a look in the other room and see what we'd like to get out and put in there. I think let's see here. It's either snow whites that are in here, or the other snow whites that are over here that are going to go in there. I think the winner is going to be the snow whites that are over here, honestly. I think we're going to fish them out. And I think they need to go out there to grow and potentially thrive. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to take the snow whites from this tank and put them out there. Because I do have, I think, 10 of them in there. That's what I counted, 10 or 12. So they do a lot better in a 40-gallon. For sure. So I guess let's get our bucket and let's get these guys out of here and mix with this mess. I almost would like to take all of my snow whites and put them in there together. It's quite a bit though to put in one tank, but we'll see down the road on how everything's going and thriving. Let's put our towel down here. Keep from making too big of a mess here. Start by removing everything in the tank because it makes it nearly impossible to get these guys out if we don't remove everything in the tank. Sand substrate, I do have some, and you know, we might get around to that eventually one day. Thanks for the love, guys. But for now, running bare bottom, and maybe once everything's finalized, everybody's where they need to go, and stuff's thriving a little better, I think I might add some sand substrate to the bottoms of the tanks. It does make it a little more difficult to clean the tanks and to see the bio load in the tanks when it's like that. So let's go grab our net. We got a bucket. And then this tank is going to be the tank that will house our albinos now. That's what we're going to put in there is our albino bristlenoses. Alright. There's that. Let's get some water. Put in that for these guys. be plenty. And let's start getting our decorations out. Let's get the driftwood that they love. Put it in here. And I'm also probably going to need to take the lid and put the lid up a little more. So I have a little more space to get in this tank. Let's take our pigs out. Everybody's home in here. Nope, nobody was in there. Let's try this one, see if anybody's home in here. Nope, nobody was in there either. So we got our 2 pigs in there, and then let's move our sponge filter while trying to catch a couple of them. See how many we were able to get. We'll put the sponge filter back down. So I was able to capture 2 so far. It's going to be fun trying to capture these guys. They are pretty quick. I think we have number 3. Yep, here's our 3rd one. 3. Here's number 4. And we're on a filter again, so let's try that again. Got 5, 6. Another one, 7. Oh, he actually jumped. 7. Let's see if we can get away with setting this heavy sponge filter up here. I doubt it. There's 8. There's 9. There's 10. $11. Got one more, you guys. 12 is right here. Let's see if we can scoop them up easily here. And there we have them. There's number 12. We've got our 12. Let's go put these guys in. We'll go home. pain in the ass trying to move you guys around while doing this, but it's worth it. Trying to teach you guys things. And this is the tank they're going into. It's a 40-gallon breeder. Harry's at school. Alright, so we're going to put them guys in with these angelfish. And we're going to add some more cages in there for them for more hiding and protection. You guys set up in a good spot here to where you can see the whole tank. There we go. How's that, guys? I'm going to wipe up some of this water on the floor here. And on the tank front. Cleaner tank gives you guys a better view. Alright, put our towel down on the floor here. And let's get these bristle noses in there. So we'll start off by putting their cages in. Like I stated, we will be adding more cages in. And after we're done with all these guys getting moved around, we are going to do some water changes and give them some fresh water. And probably pull this bubbler out of here. It's not being used. It's just kind of good bacteria in a hiding place, so maybe I will leave it. There's a piece of driftwood. Another piece of driftwood here. Dump these guys in. Ready to watch her swim, guys. Just one lonely guy in here. See if we can shoo him out. There it goes. I don't think there's anything else in there. But we'll have to check. That's all of them. So we have our 12 in there. And then I'm debating on putting the other guys that I have in there as well. We'll see. But for now, these guys will definitely thrive in here with the angelfish. Bottom tank, I do need to remove the food that was in here. Definitely overly done with it. Stuff because my house is a freaking pigsty. Alright, let's move on to our next move. We need to get the albinos out from the top tank up here. So let's get you guys up there. And we'll be able to go around and look at everything, you guys. Check everything out that we just moved. So we have our albinos. Let's get you guys a little higher up there. Put the extendo mode on. There we go. You guys can actually see both things. So let me go grab the net in the jar. I don't know, I might put the albinos out here. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm trying to mostly put my long fins on this wall out here. So we might move things around a couple more times. Just the long fins are pretty to look at. I enjoy looking at them, and I already have two types of long fins out here right now. But I'm not sure what exactly I'd like to do yet. Still up for debate and debacle. I do need to get some more sponge filters. Put in tanks. But we need to get fish in these tanks out here so they can actually cycle. trying to move a couple of things around, you guys. I apologize. This is a lengthy process here. Just bear with me. Trying to make sure every tank has what it needs inside of it. Put that on there. It is nice to be able to have a couple of holding tanks for the pesky ones. Alright, need my ladder back over there. Need to grab the net and the jar. I have the bucket already. Bucket. Grab the jar and the net. Do the same process here. Let's put some water in here in the tank for them guys. I mean, kind of want to move these guys, but at the same time I kind of do not. Trying to think of what else that I can put in that tank to separate in the other room. So let me put a little thought behind this. I guess that would be fine to put these guys in there. Let's put a couple of scoops of water in. And let's get alright, that was easy to get that one out in the cave. This one's also in the cave, so this is going to be easy to get him out of there. A piece of zucchini stuck in there with them. Oops, there we go. Get that out of there. Alright, there's 2 of the 4. Let's see if we can get this guy to lift up. Sneak the net down there, just like that. There's 3 out of 4. And the last guy is on the heater in the back. I was able to pop the heater off. And there's 4 of 4 for the albinos. I think they will be happier in a bigger tank for sure than a 10 gallon. Let's take their piece of driftwood to go with them. I do like and need that both. So there we are. Get this piece of zucchini crumb out of here while I'm up here and see it. And there we are. Let's get you guys lowered back down a bit here. So. And let's grab our bucket. With the albinos. Put our albinos in their new home. Left in here. We should be able to just pour in. There she goes. Alright. Here we have it. Now our albinos have a lot more water to thrive in. A bigger tank. Let's see here what else we can get away with doing. Kind of really wouldn't mind taking and separating. I have longfin and calico longfin in there, but I think they'll be fine until they get bigger. So I think I'm going to leave that alone for now. I kind of want to take the other snow whites and put them in with the others. And that will free up a tank. And then we can take, so if I take out the snow whites that are in here, I'd be able to take the albinos that are in here and put them in that tank for now. And then we need to take our sick fish from this tank here and move him to one of the 10 gallons out there. And that will free up this tank for bristlenoses. And then that leaves all of our 20-gallon tanks and 40-gallon breeders to just bristlenose plecos. Which is 17 tanks of bristlenose plecos. I think maybe if these albinos, I mean the snow whites have some tank mates, they might breed with the angelfish in there because they won't feel threatened as much. And moving these guys around can also trigger spawning, and that's what we want more than anything, is them to spawn. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put the snow whites in the other tank as well. I guess let's get our net in our jar and let's put some water in the bucket and move them. Thank you, Bluegill Will. Yeah, you're about to go wake up your Oscars, or is that what you're saying? I'm gonna grab a fish towel so I don't make a huge mess here. Just got some fish to move around. And then I think we're going to disperse some of those little angelfish throughout some tanks where there's only a couple of those per tank just to swim around instead of having so many in each tank. Kind of wouldn't mind having a couple in each tank. Checking, I've seen some interesting behavior from the albinos. Alright. Repeat the process here. Let's take our jar. Let's put some water in our bucket. Should be plenty. Set our aside. And let me grab my light and make sure there's no eggs in none of these. No eggs, so we're good to go on the green light of that. And we'll start by grabbing the guys out that are the easiest, which are the ones that are already in caves. This guy here. This guy here. There's possibly one in here. No, there's not, so I'll leave that cave in there. Let's see here. There's one on the bottom of this piece of driftwood, so we'll try to catch it in the net as we lift up slowly. Oh, he went into the cave, that's perfect. So we'll just take the cave out now. Cave in. Take a piece of driftwood out. In here. The caves in here, like I stated, so that way as we're chasing them around, we can try to get them to go in. There's some on the bottom of this piece of driftwood, so we'll try to pull that maneuver. Nope, they didn't stay, so okay. Driftwood's all in here. And let's try to go for it and get these guys out. So I'll lift the sponge filter. Put the net in place underneath. Let's move this back a little bit here. Enough room. There. tank. Still are. These guys are going to play a little harder to get than the other ones did. That's okay. There we go. We have all 8 of them now. Go back and try to check over here. Make sure. Caves in here with them. We want a bunch of caves. All of them. We'll clean this tank out now. Nobody's hiding there. And we have all 8 of them. So let's go and put these guys in their new habitat. Carefully and securely. Which is right here. The Oscar tank keeps getting pretty bad and I have to water change every 3 days. Oh man, that's not good. Yeah, that's my next move, is I need to get these guys all on schedule here and stuff, and it can be difficult to maintain. I'll give you that. Alright. Start by putting some caves in here for them to give them instant places to go and hide. Put one here. Put one big caves in. Here. Try to put some dividers in between them. Okay, over here. Driftwood. Try to give some like privacy here to them. Let's carefully start loading these guys in. There's one in this cave here that we just put in. You'll be able to see his reflection on the bottom. one in this cave as well. I also think there's one in this cave. There is. I think we need this in here. Just remove it for now. That leaves 3. So let's dump our last 3 in here. Go. Now we have all of our snow whites in one place. Yeah, we got plenty of caves in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 caves in there. So there should be plenty of hiding places with the 8 caves. There is some division. Got 2 big sponge filters. And our next move can be to remove some of the angelfish that are in there and kind of disperse them out throughout the other areas. So I think we're going to use the old albino tank right here to put, thank you, right here. I think we're going to use that other tank that's up there to put our sick fish in. And eventually I think I'm going to put a 20-gallon long up to, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I do have some 20-gallon long tanks, though I have 2 left that I would like to figure out something to do with them. Would be nice if both of them would fit up there, but they won't, so I might just put one up there, but then I'm going to lose the capability of having 2 additional tanks up there. And I'm using one for holding goldfish for feeding fish for the big tank, because they really seem to thrive and enjoy having live food. So I do want to keep that tank available for that reason. And need one for a tank for if we got fish that are acting up, and we need one for the other fish, the sick fish. So it's just hard to try to balance everything out with what I have, and down the road here we might be getting rid of some more fish. Debating on getting rid of the blue polar parrots. In this cave right here, there is a male and female right now of the super whites, I mean the snow whites, so that's always a good thing. Hopefully she will lay some eggs in there. but we'll get rid of some of the angelfish out of here next. That's our move we're about to make right now. And disperse them throughout a couple of other tanks. We're going to put some in with the new species. We're going to put some in with the commons. And we'll put some in still with the L267s. I think so. Let's get on that. Go grab the jar in the net. So get some water in the jar here. So much fun playing Move the Fish. Once we're done and we get everything organized nicely, we won't have to do this anymore. It's just a matter of getting these guys all where they should be. And I might have a big net to get some of these guys out, but angelfish can be pretty easy to catch at times. Scoop those 3 of them, so we have 4 in here at the moment. There's 3 more, 5, 6, 7. How many's left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think 8 is a fair number to leave in here. So let's try to grab a couple more. There's 1. One more out of here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure I'm counting right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 in there still, so let's see here. Which one should we get rid of? Take this little guy out. This guy. That leaves us with 8 of the angelfish in that big tank. Should be okay. Alright, let's go disperse these guys now. Over here. And I'm going to put some in here in the new species tank up top. So let's start by adding at least 2 in there. I think I'll put 2 bigger ones in there. There's 1. Here's another one. There's 2 angelfish in there, those guys. And then see here. I don't want to put any in with the long fins because I don't want to get fin nip. So I think we'll put some in over here. Might be able to put a couple of the little guys in with them. So maybe we can try it and see. We'll put let's put a couple in over here first. Three of them. Put a purple guy in and this guy in. There's a couple in there now. Just put a couple down here, the L267s. So these two guys here work perfect. Two in there. Or wait, does that work with the L267s? Yeah. This is where I put the L267s. Okay. Long fin commons we'll put two in with. Over here. One left in here right now. We'll put him in this tank right here, I guess, with the green dragon long fins. See how it looks now. I'll grab another little guy out from over here, and we'll put, I do like having two in each tank. So I think we'll grab another little guy out and put another little guy in here with these green dragons. Just so that angelfish will have the tank mate. little tiny guy. That's basically 2 angelfish per tank over here. It's looking good so far. What do you guys think? Should I get a 125 gallon that I need to reseal for $100? Depends on how bad it is. I would try to get it for 50 or 75. Out here. Put this one in here for your spine. These guys have plenty of caves at this point. There as well. This tank here. Let's try to have 2 caves per tank. I'll drop 2 in over there, I guess. I'll wait on that. Guess I could put it in with fry. I'd probably enjoy that. A little more places to hide. guess we could throw this log in with the fry too. So they have a cave and a little log in there to play in. Just gives them some ample hiding places, which is good. All right. Here we are. I think we kind of have everything set up. Got 2 angelfish per tank to help clean up and add bio. Four caves left. And I think we can take the heater. What's up, Red? Gave a set of black amethyst coffee cups to my friend's fish store for his sun cats. That's cool. So I'm going to take the heater that's in this 10-gallon out and put it over here for now. I have to route some more outlets. So I want to get this tank, the 20-gallon, prepped up over here. So we have that. That. Also help us grow our good bacteria in there. We have most of these tanks set up now. Most of everything kind of put where it needs to go or should be. Let's finish the last couple of things up. So now we have a heater in the top tank. So heater in every tank but the one middle tank right here, which is fine. We have moved most of our fish around. We have 2 empty 20-gallon tanks at this point, 20-gallon longs. So we can move some, divide some types of fish up. I have long fins that need to go in a separate tank. The calicos, those guys can go in their own tank. Will thrive a little bit better, and it'll take some of the bio load off of the other tank. So I think let's go and move that measure around. Finally getting some organization here, you guys. This has been needing to happen for the longest time. We're finally getting there. I think the only other shared tank is the blue-eyed lemon long fins and these calicos long fins. They're both in with short fin variants. And there's only one other fish, which is our sick fish, which needs to be dosed with more meds. So I think let's put these long fin calicos in this middle tank, put our sick friend out there, put our albinos that are in the top tank down there, and that will leave us pretty set up, honestly, at this point. That'll leave us pretty well off. The only issue is I have albino long fins coming and super red long fins coming. That's the only issue that we're going to have from here on out. Just do some deep thought here, guys, that's all. I think we'll possibly just leave things how they are for the moment, the time being. Because I don't have any more driftwood at the moment. I do kind of like to have, when there's multiple fish, I do like to have 2 pieces in each tank, and I'm already down to 1 in a lot of tanks. I mean, there's 4 of them in there, and 1 piece of driftwood I feel is fine. This tank needs 2. 2 fish in there, that needs 1. There's 6 or 7 in there, so 2 is definitely needed and recommended for that tank up there. 2 for the tank down here for sure. And we can put another cave in that tank. guess let's move our sick fish. It's gonna be fun and messy. Under his new tank out there, add some meds in. He's right here. First things first, let's add another cage to the super red tank down here. Definitely want that. Definitely like them to have another cage right in. Put that in there. This cage over like that. Let's move this piece of driftwood over here. Like this. This piece of driftwood here, like this. I feel like there's some division in the tank. Get this big guy out of here, and he's going to be really unhappy. He's going to put up a hell of a fight. Hopefully not. Hopefully it doesn't soak everything and splash all over the damn place. Alright, buddy, come on. Nope. Alright, I'm just going to go plop him in there. I'm not going to bring the camera because it's just going to be too much. He's out of there now, so we have the two middle tanks next to each other now freed up. Yeah, it was a cichlid. The two whitefish, which two are? Let's say I only had one whitefish in here. You might, if they're talking about this tank, you might be seeing the reflection. I only had one fish in here. So our next move, I guess, will be to tough one, you guys. It really, really is. I'd really like to separate some fish out. So I mean, I guess these guys that are in here, in this tank, can go in a 10-gallon. And when we get our super reds and our albino long fins, they will have a tank. So I guess that would work out. So I don't want to get rid of the batch of these that I have. I'm working on growing them and raising them since they were little babies. I've had them for quite some time, and I'd like to breed them. So it's pretty normal to keep, you know, an X amount from your batches. Let's back up. But it would be nice to lower the bio load in that tank. So I guess we can take our calicos out and put them in the middle tank, like we were talking about, the long fin ones that are down in there. If we did that, we could probably remove the one piece of driftwood out of there. Wouldn't be an issue. And knock down the load of some of these tanks, you will for surely be better off. It's just going to be pretty damn fun trying to get these little bastards out of here. We can go through, once we're done with this, I guess, and do our water changes. So I suppose we can take this one piece of driftwood out of here. Of course it will unplug. Put our one piece of driftwood in here. For the long fin calicos. I can go get a couple of cages to pop in here for them so they have hiding places. Get my other net. And let's try to scoop us some calicos out of here, guys. Let's see if you guys can see both tanks. You can. Now I need to plug that light back in. It does feel nice removing some of the bio loads that are on these tanks at this point. let's catch us some longfin calicos here. It's going to be a heck of a journey here. Start with the ones that are out, I guess, already. Well, there's one. Got one. Ah. I believe there's 5 of these. There's 2. There's 3. There's one right there on top. I'm going to stop where we can actually get to them. There's 4. So we have one more to find. I think that's him right here. I'm sure this is that guy right here. Yep. And there's 5. Alright, sweet. That wasn't too bad. Of course, I've gotten pretty good at catching fish over time. So there's our new longfin calico tank. Just look around and make sure nobody else looks like they got short fins. Pretty sure they do. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this tank. That's what we want is 8. No more. I don't like having no more than 8 of them in a 20 gallon. So. I need to get a couple more of the long fins of those. And then the blue-eyed lemons, I need 6 more of those. Everything else seems to be doing good at the moment. Now we have our lovely long fins in the tank of their own. They have caves, they have driftwood. There's 5 of them in there. All this here too. Right now, I have no idea. Alright. So that leaves one more move. And that's to get these albinos out of this top tank out. And put them in the tank over here to the right. And we might need to make a trip to our local fish store, and I might get rid of the commons that I have in here. I'm not sure yet. I know there's like at least 12 of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's about 15 of those in there. 15 or more. Another one up there is 16. I think we're going to start fishing the 15 of these guys out and putting them in the tank that was the med tank over here, which isn't going to hurt anything. They're not going to die. They're not going to get sick. They're going to be completely fine in there. We'll put them a little piece of driftwood in there. So I guess that's our next move here. We need to figure out a system to keep these damn lids open. This shit drives me absolutely bonkers. These stupid lids won't ever stay open. This makes working on the tank like that much more freaking difficult, honestly. And I probably just broke a lid. Little pieces fell back here, which is awesome. And well, somehow it did not break. These hinges on these lids are really starting to piss me off. They don't cooperate, they don't fucking open, and they're making it a lot more difficult to maintain and take care of my fish. These hinges are just not giving in like they should, and I don't know how to break them in to get them to. I mean, they're just really stiff hinges. I tried folding them in half like this multiple times. Maybe back and forth motion on them will help a little bit or something. I doubt it. So I've tried just about everything. If I get these lid hinges to actually function and not just want to stay in one direction, that would be the most ideal situation. Because them not wanting to open is just, like I said, it's causing me a lot of trouble here. Stuff like what just happens when they don't want to open and close properly. They're just really stiff. It'd be nice if there was a way to weaken them up a little bit. Really shocked that didn't break. I also have the same issue going on at probably half these tanks over here, so it's just really obnoxious. Things that do open is really nice. Nice thing. I don't even care if that's what the problem is they're starting to split and that's why they open nicely. It's just that they need to open. These three open nicely, that one opens nicely, I think. This one opens nicely. And then all the top ones bind up. It's just really annoying. Auto close is just not fun. Dealing with this shit is honestly a pain in the ass. These pigs, real good. These guys, hiding in there. These guys down here. Okay. Light floating in water. That's what I try to always avoid with this shit. Really annoying. I haven't seen this one snail particularly move in a while. So I think we're going to get him out of here. Before he boots the tank up. Be sure he's dead. Maybe not. Just haven't seen him come out in a while. Guess we'll try to just set him aside and see if he comes out or moves or anything. Alright guys, where are we at here? Yeah, there was just one whitefish in there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these fish. I'm gonna back you guys up a little bit more so you can see. And, well, actually, I guess I'll put you guys back in here. I had you in here already once. Just put you guys back here. And you guys will be able to see better what I'm doing. Basically, we're going to take some from this tank and put it in that tank. It's going to be the albino guys that are in here that are going to be the ones doing that. There's 15 of them, so it's going to be a little bit of fun trying to fish them out of here. So there's our first contender. One. Fast. I'm gonna probably have to get the ladder out so that you can chase these guys down. Try this again. Over there. 2, 3, and common people back. We have 3 of 15. There's 4. There's 5. 6. 7. 8. 8. Nine. 10. 5 more. Here. $11. Well, almost had him. $13. There's one on the back. See if I get him easily. $14. One more. Come on. He's over here somewhere. There he is. Go back with him. And 15. There we go. All 15 of those guys now in their own tank. So that leaves us with just the commons in here around the tank. Add some driftwood in, just gets in here to them. And we can turn our temperature up a little bit. Turn the temperature up in that tank a little bit. This heater never wants to stick. Pops off every time I get it on there. Alright, so there's them guys all in there. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, you guys. Show some support. It's much appreciated. Let's wipe some of our water mess up here we have. some of this tank lid in a few minutes here. Not a mess first though. Have any other water messes anywhere else? Give it a minute. All right. That out of here. Done with the net. we can go through and do our water changes now. Add a little bit of stability to our new tanks. See how everybody's doing in here. Let's get you guys out of here. Thanks for the thumbs ups, much appreciated. Let's put you guys back out here. Alright, so we have one empty tank out here so far. That's gotta get up to temp. And we'll throw a couple angelfish in there. We have angelfish, a couple angelfish in each tank. And we have our plecos in each tank. That's good. We got our new species in here. They're like in the little cave that I built for them. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's first attempt and things were learned from making it. Still gonna run it. These are our new species bristlenoses. And we have our green dragon longfins in here, which are all hiding around the sponge filter for some odd reason. Probably from the two little pesky angelfish that are bothering them. We have our couple of angelfish in here with our longfin commons. We have a couple of caves in here. Could possibly throw another one in there. So there's 3. We have our fry in here from our green dragons. It's looking pretty good. We have our common bristlenoses in here. I'm still trying to figure out if that's what that is or not. I'm pretty sure it is. We have our L267s in here now. So they can thrive in here. We got Smiley in here. Empty tank cycling. And another empty fry tank. We have all of our beautiful snow whites in here. Hi, Skylar. So hopefully these guys will thrive a lot better in here in this tank. Seem to be liking it a lot. They're more active. Total of 20 of these guys in here. We have our green dragons down here. I think there's also about 20 of them in here. With our angelfish and grommies. And basically our next step is to start adding some plants and just kind of trying to upgrade our tanks a little bit better and just make things as best as we can. Just a lot of tanks to work with. We are working the best that we can with these guys. We got our new med tank right here. We need to top it off with water. We got our one male bristle nose in here that kept fighting with my other male. So we isolated him. And then we have our goldfish tank, just a couple other randoms in here. That's back up. Another net up here, and I can hang back up. And now we have our blue-eyed lemons. And there is 2 long fin ones in here. Once we get a couple more, we'll pull them out and put them in a tank of their own. Probably be the tank in the living room. We have our albinos in here. So we could probably throw a cave in there with them. I'm sure they would like it. Alright, this snail still is alive, so we're going to put him back in the tank. Just didn't want a dead snail lurking around, you know. Never good. So let him float at the top up here. Now that I've seen movement out of him. Now these guys are just commons. We got to get that light put up. We have our albinos and our adult albinos in here. Seem to be happy and liking their new environment in there. We have our calicos down here. Which also seem to be liking their environment. Now this lid don't want to close. Had it propped open for a little while now. It's gonna fight with me to close back. These hinges are fucking ridiculous. Piss me off. So like the worst hinges on the planet. So we have our calicos there. We have our L519s in here. There's one, I believe. Yep. And there's one under the filter back here. See his tail. And we have our super reds over here. Also having hinge issues with this one. These hinges are shit. So our super reds are down here. They're all hiding. Most of them are under the filter and stuff. You can see the reflections though. And we have our long fins in here of the calicos. lot of them are also hiding under the filter. There's one guy over here. We do need to vacuum this tank out. And we have our L448s in this tank. There's one right there, and there's another one down close by. Doubt there's eggs in there, but it would be nice. Nope, no eggs yet. And that's kind of where we're at the moment. Got some organization and peace of mind with a lot of things now. Of course, we have our blue-eyed lemons. There's one of the long fins in the back. You can see him. One of my bigger guys. The other long fins right there at the bottom. Yeah, we are slowly making headway here with our organization of our tanks and setup. Yep, that's kind of where we're at, guys. I think I'm gonna get off of here and try to take a nap before I go to work. And we'll come back in and check on everything we moved around tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Skylar, what do you think? What do you think? Tell me what you think. When you turn 21 years old for my birthday, my birthday's coming up. Tell me. I think that's good. Happy early birthday. But I'm going to get off here, guys. Like I said, I'm going to tidy up a couple additional things and then go lay down for a little bit. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll try to get back on the schedule here. I took a couple day break. And hopefully I'll see you guys then.